Oh, GM. I am sorry for moving this meeting a few different time slots today. I was traveling during the day. Generally went well until the end of my travels. GM here from Monaco. Just got here about an hour ago, or I got here actually an hour and a half ago. And the crazy thing is, like, my hotel is literally only like 5 or 6 minutes away from the train station, right? But like, it's been so long since I've been to Monaco that um, I forgot that they have this thing here where they use elevators. Like, there's actually like public elevators to go up different streets, right? Because it's Monaco. Why have stairs when you could have fucking elevators? And I couldn't figure out how to get to my hotel, even though it was like 90, like it literally was like, oh, I don't know, 200 meters, but it was like two levels above me. So I kept like walking in circles. I couldn't figure it out because, Google Maps straight up just won't tell me, like, hey, there's an elevator you have to take, right? Like, Google Maps doesn't tell me that shit. Right. So I'm like sitting there, I see this elevator. I'm like, this has to be like an apartment complex, right? Or something like that. Nope. It's literally the elevator to get to the next floor. And then I have to take another elevator, get to the next street floor. And then there's my hotel finally. It literally took me. So Google, it's a 5 minute walk, right, from the train station. It took me 39 minutes to fucking figure this out. And the worst part about this all, the worst part is I'm lugging a shit ton of stuff, right? Because unfortunately, my last Airbnb in Paris like wasn't what I hoped it would be. There was a bunch of construction happening, so like I canceled it. But I had to like literally take all my luggage with me. I was only planning to come to. I'm only in Monaco here for 3 days, and I was only planning to take, a duffel bag and a backpack. But nope, I had to take literally all my stuff. So I'm this dude pushing up a big ass luggage up like a super steep hill, wondering where the hell my hotel is. So this was the reason why I had to delay it another 30 minutes. Why I felt incredibly foolish on this front, as it literally only took me 5 minutes when I figured out, oh, yeah, there's elevators here. So, see, I'm not that much of a baller. I forget completely, right, what's happening in Monaco. It's been a while since I've been here as well. But it's beautiful. The water is beautiful. I took the train from Paris, and nice little 6 hour ride, and just beautiful views. I really love France. It's such a beautiful country. But I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I made it. It was definitely more exhausting than I hoped, but that is life. C'est la vie. So with that, today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things. I'm going to talk about how we're going to be transitioning to this concept of builder mode, right? I'll hold on. Before I do that, here's the other crazy thing: is that in Monaco there's no Uber, right? Like in the Monaco Principality, Uber cannot operate. So I couldn't call an Uber. I couldn't find a taxi. It was hilariously bad. And also, I'm pretty sure the Uber would have thought I was crazy. They're like, sir, you're literally going 90 feet. I'm like, shut up, just take me. I need to figure out how to get there. But end of that story. We'll then move into this one fun, wonderful concept of builder mode. And I want to just share a few different like interesting ideas that are coming in as we are going to lean into this bear very aggressively. We have a incredible confidence in what we built here with this community. You guys are actually the biggest reason why we feel we can march forward, regardless of market conditions. And with that, we're going to be expanding our concept of build strategy quite a bit over the next 90 days. And we have a lot to deliver, right? We've actually been building and amassing content. We've been amassing comic books. We've been amassing PFPs. We've been amassing marketing art. We've been amassing physical jewelry, which we'll be sharing soon with you guys. We've been amassing partnerships. We've been amassing a treasury. There's all these cool things that are now coming together, and we feel that it's going to be an exciting opportunity for us to build for this audience and really accelerate what our vision is going to be here for Web3. And it really is going to go back to the same concept we've been sharing with you guys, right? And it's this concept of loyalty. One of the biggest reasons why this space is broken is no one is designing truly for loyalty. The closest reason or the closest design system we think that parallels loyalty is factory based systems, right? And we've talked about this at a pretty extended level, right? You guys have a good understanding of what a factory is, where you have a primary Genesis asset that yields ongoing assets. But we think that's just actually the first level of loyalty. There's actually a lot more loyalty you could design into that. And I think what you're starting to see is how we're defining the term loyalty. So one of the cool things that we've done here is, right, we've built our concept of loyalty by giving you guys participation rewards. But it's participation rewards that actually have liquidity tied to it, which is kind of insane, right? The ability for you to take relics and use them for upcoming mints in the market is a really fun and fascinating concept. But the best part is that you guys have more trust in us than most other individuals here as well, because we tend to curate really well, right? Even in this bear market, we are finding quality wins more than others, right? And what's great is when we do find quality wins, we're also getting, honestly, the largest allocations as well. And that's one layer of loyalty. The second layer of loyalty that you'll see is, right, what you're seeing in Reapers. Reapers is a experimentation on extreme loyalty, right? So first is we have this amazing voting system that I think is honestly going to change the game when people start realizing what's actually happening in Reapers. It's the only way community votes should be structured. We've literally found a way better solution to the dumb DAOs that you've seen in this market while still delivering you guys loyalty on that front. But the really amazing thing about the loyalty design in Reapers is that it's extreme, meaning that if you do not make two of the votes, you are gone. There is no redemption arc on that front. This is a very hard, extreme element of participation. But we make it very easy. You only have to come in for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes in your off time to vote. And if you really want to be active, you just literally have to stay there for 45 minutes and hear the first conversation and then make your vote. You have plenty of time. It's an expanded 72-hour window here, right? And because of that, none of you should be missing more than two votes, right? Sorry, more than one vote. So again, we're even kind, right? It's that cool. We understand maybe 1 week you forgot or life hit you in some way. We get it, right? But again, you cannot miss more than one vote. You do that, you gonzo. You lose the Reaper's role. And this is the other cool thing about this is that when it's extreme on that side, it gets valuable on the other side. The reason why we're also doing this is that we're going to introduce you guys shared royalties. We're going to be putting a royalty on Reapers that is honestly decently high. And the great thing about this as well is that Tribe, as a parent company, is taking zero royalties. We'll take 0% of those royalties. The only people who are getting royalties are those who complete this Reapers event. You'll get a special claim on your NFTs. And the other cool thing about that as well is that we'll also give royalties back to artists, right? Because, of course, we should always support artists. We should support our teams on that front. They created great art. They should always see in the upside there as well. But that will go directly to artists. I will take 0 of those royalties. Tribe Parent will take 0 of those royalties as well. And what's cool then is that it's a dynamic royalty, meaning that the only way you could receive royalties if you hold that asset in the same wallet. As soon as it's transferred or sold, right, that asset loses all of its royalty potential. And what's cool then is that we've made a deflationary royalty system to honor true loyalty. So you have to go through 3 steps in this loyalty, right? First is many of you probably got your Reaper's role by either being active in our community or using your loyal relics for it. The second layer of the royalty here, the second layer of the loyalty here is you have to vote. The third layer of the loyalty is if you want to hold and if you believe in the IP. And that's the great thing is it's literally, last man standing. And the great thing is you already can see the numbers here. This is probably going to be down to 800 to 750 total people who have royalties from the start, right? And of course, there will be, people who will want to sell. That's not an issue. You guys can take liquidity when you want. But what's great is that those who stay loyal don't get fucked, right? That's what we're trying to design for, right? We're trying to make sure that there's a really cool way to bring that value back to them here, right? And you could essentially sustain that in being long-term connected to it. And this is just a really cool way to start. I think there's even more layers of loyalty that you're gonna see here as well. And the best part about this is that this will be technically a flexible free mint as well. There will be a paid layer for Reapers. We'll talk about that a little bit later when we get in there. But it will come with like real benefits and stuff. But there's a free layer for Reapers, right? And that will come with some other trade-offs in that design, right? Which is really exciting here as well. So you're going to see a lot of cool things in this design and this in the structure. Adrian, if you don't understand how royalties work, man, you maybe shouldn't be in Web3, bro. Royalties happen when things sell. It's very simple. That's a transaction on a marketplace. There's a royalty attached to an item. It's really simple. That's how royalties are created. And that's how royalties are captured. You can enforce royalties. It's not that hard. There's multiple contracts out there that have enforced royalties as well. And Killam, this is actually Killam, this is actually what you're gonna see here. This is gonna be pretty cool. It's not gonna be 99% royalties, but we're gonna let you guys at the end vote on a certain royalty structure. And the cool thing is, we could also put a deflationary number on the royalties, bro. Like, think about this. Like, you guys don't realize we're gonna do some really interesting stuff. And the best part is that we're not taking the money, right? So whatever we end up doing here, right, it's only for you guys as well. I know you guys are saying like 99%, but like, think how crazy it is. Like, just hypothetically play with me, right? Say if there's 50% royalties, then there's 40% royalties, then there's 30%. You can leg down all the way through, and then it can settle at 6.9% whenever you want, right? There's a lot of cool systems that you can do, and this is where it gets so exciting. And it's not going to be like we're cash extracting here, right? Because we're not getting it. You're getting it, right? And this is going to be the amazing thing. And then great, if no one sells, that's better, right? In a weird way, that's even better. You would then have the most locked in, retained user base ever, right? Ever. That would be ridiculous. Do you realize what the floor of this would be? Oh shit, I didn't kill him. He's got a snake mouth. This is great, Con. that caught me off guard. We might need to update kill him. That's pretty great. Oh god, I love this. Now I got to figure out the noise I made. It definitely is horrifying but amazing all at the same time. But this is what I want you guys to realize. Reapers will be the most extreme design for loyalty, right? Which is really, really interesting, right? It will be so extreme. And the best part is, right, is that we're not going to take it, right? The majority of royalties go back to holders. We still don't know the exact numbers. I want to figure out exactly what it is, but it's something that's going to be between 50 to 75% of royalties are going back to holders. The remaining will go back to artists, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking through the structures here at the moment right now. Yeah, for the culture, a 69.420% would probably be interesting here, but we'll have something kind of around that front for that design. This is why I want you to understand why Reapers is so aggressive with its design. Because I'm telling you, those who are most loyal to Reapers, we're going to have a lot of fun with this. We're going to make it so cool, and it's not going to be extracted because it's not coming to us. It's going back to the initial holders, right? And that's what I love. And some people might need some liquidity. Some people might need to figure out some designs here as well. And this is where you're going to see a lot of cool systems going on with just the first layer. And then we'll learn from that first layer, right? Because the cool thing is we could change royalties up and down relatively quickly, right? There's a lot of cool stuff there as well, right? And then what's also nice is exactly all the sold Reapers will not get royalty share. So then you get this huge, huge impact of royalty share potentially coming in, especially if we believe the IP is of value, right? And this is kind of why I'm really excited about this, right? You have to make the decision, when do you want to cash or when do you want to double down on your loyalty? And I think it's going to be really fun. Crypto Goku, I wouldn't be surprised some people have done some variations of this, right? I just don't think anyone's done it where none of the royalties went back to the team, right? And then the other amazing thing here as well is that the design and the structure for this is also based almost this DAO voting. No one's put these pieces together like we have. I think it's going to be the first of its kind, but each of these individual elements have been done, right? I think a lot of people get like overstate, oh, we're the first to do this. Like, get the fuck out of here. There's been so many experiments in Web3, right? No individual item's the first, right? What we're really trying to do, right, is we're going to get the other side of this equation, right? Where, I want to break Web3 in a fun way, right? Like, I really do. I want to break this in a fun way. And the best thing is that if we do break it and it works, the rewards go back to the most loyal users here as well. And that's the amazing thing, right? And this is going to be where the design is. So yeah, if you hold, you have to hold it in that wallet. It cannot ever have a transfer or transaction on that as well. There'll also be a staking system there as well, right? And it'll be, a non-custodial, so it doesn't have to leave your wallet or anything as well. And bro, then that's the other cool thing with this kind of design, right? Is that we don't even need to have like a true staking system, because who needs staking? The stake is, do I ever list or sell, right? That's the choice you have to make. It replaces the concept of staking. This is what a lot of people don't realize here as well. Oh, there's tons of incentives for people to buy. It's art and it's assets. They don't have to be part of royalty share, right? This thing could trade incredibly high and incredibly valuable as well. This is where people don't realize. I promise I don't need your design inputs. I'm going to be a dick here because a lot of you don't understand this space at all. But you got to realize, right, there's going to be tons of opportunity for other reasons for people to enter. And remember, it's a Genesis asset. So if they hold the Genesis asset, they can get the royalties in tier 2, right? So they might not get in the tier 1, but if they believe in the system, they can then go down to the tier 2, right? And that's the thing, is that you guys have to remember there's a factory design here. If this system works, the incentives scale super easy, right? And that's the thing that most people don't understand, is very few of you guys have actually designed the system here as well in the structure. And this is where we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So, stepping back, let's talk about builder mode real quick, because I want to keep this focused here as well, right? And you're going to see a lot of cool design that comes in to everything we're trying to do and what we're trying to push, right? And I think what you're also going to see very quickly from us is that we really believe in this concept of putting loyalty first, and we're going to test that across the board. So let's quickly chat through what is on our plates right now and what we're trying to do. So today I want to talk about Tribe first-party projects. I mean, we already went really crazy deep into Reapers. We're going to talk about diamond factories like Tabula Rasa and a few others behind it. We're going to talk about Village, We're going to talk about the Something is Minting series and ordinal and orange mints. We'll talk about that too. And then we'll tease a little bit of what else is happening here. So, at a very high level, we have a lot to execute on. We have a ton of work to do. We have to deliver it. But the great thing is we're on the 1 yard line on a lot of these things, which is exciting. We have all the art done for Oath. We have all the art done for Act 2. We have all the art, 80% of the art done for Reapers because we're now going to have to make changes here. We have all the art done, or I'd say 98% of the art done for Ronin. Already in progress with Tabula Rasa 1 of 1 PFPs. You're actually already seeing people in our Discord rocking Fury PFPs, which is nuts, right? Like, people don't realize how diverse the ecosystem is and the representation of a lot of these art and assets that are coming. And all the 3D assets are there. The playable game world already for Fury exists. Very, very exciting on all those pieces. So what do we now need to do? We need to get our order of sequence right. And we're still figuring out these details to be very transparent. But essentially what we want to say is there's a first wave in our first party projects. The first wave includes Ronin, King's Oath, and Reapers. Those would be the first wave projects here that we are truly prioritizing. We think that Ronin is probably most likely to be the first to go out because we believe that there is a again, my favorite word, an orthogonal upside here, a asymmetric upside here for us to be able to kind of scale this out and build what we think could be very special of being one of the first and biggest, right, in Web3. And I think this is where we're really excited about that. We believe Oath and Reapers will be relatively close to one another. The decision will actually come into the hands of Diamond users. Diamond users will be able to have their own voting system that will be implemented in the next week. And Diamond users will actually get to choose which one they want to prioritize as they see all the different products here as well. And because of this, right, what's really fun, and I think what I'm hoping is going to be exciting, is that we rally collectively together, right? And we get to choose where we see the real value and what we feel most excited about by looking at the data, by looking at the engagement, and by looking at the opportunity here as well. And we think that we're in such a privileged position that we can choose, right? Like, no company gets to this point where they're like, hey, which one do we launch, right? That's kind of the amazing thing we have. We have this kind of mini portfolio here, right, to be able to identify which is the right projects to go. But that would be the first wave that you're going to see. And the great thing is both will be generally ready to go in about 30 days, right? In terms of Reapers and Oath. Reapers might take a little bit longer. Just want to share mainly because we're actually waiting on some of your decisions as well, and we're working and taking those inputs. This vote's decision is going to be huge in regard to the work that we have left, because then we're going to finish out the collection that you guys want to prioritize. So if we're going with animals or if we're going with humans, it's the same amount of time, but we just need to know which one we're prioritizing. And we're going to start giving them doper traits. We're going to give them a little bit of animated stuff as well. So the rares will be animated as well. And with that, what's I think you're going to see, which is pretty, I think, hopefully meaningful to you guys, is that you'll see the art come alive, right? The great thing is you guys have already seen like 50% of the King's Oath art, right? And I think that's also really powerful here because you have two different IPs. And the great thing is once Diamonds make those choices, right, we will then do a 3 to 4 week launch campaign and get it running to be able to go public, right? Because that's all we have to do now. We already have most of the allocation done internally. The nice part about this here is then all we have to do is amplify with some attention, some partnerships, some activations here, and make it really, really exciting for a few of our partners to come through. So that's kind of how our internal first party products are working. We do have a second wave of products that are already in works, right? And that's primarily led by Fury. There is also another secret product that is in development at the moment right now. And then you guys also know that, and this is the crazy thing, we have Tomo, right? We have Modern Pro. There's a lot of stuff here as well. So just realize there's still time here. Again, there's still a lot of action still to go. I think too many people are focused on this concept of, oh, we're launching immediately. That is not it. There are still hard choices and there's still interesting opportunities that are going to need to be made. And because of this, right, we're going to have a hopefully aligned and allegiant relationship here that is going to take us to what I hope is the promised land of some really, really dope IP that is connected with each and every one of you. The nice thing here as well is that I actually won't give you my choice on between Oath and Reapers. I will let the Diamond choose without any influence there as well. So that's kind of a quick overview of the first party products here as well. So let's talk about now the second layer that's interesting here as well, which is what we call Diamond Factory. So what we're also playing around with is this concept of how do we rebuild the value of NFT assets where there's an actual sustainable business model built within it. So at the moment right now, there is one active Diamond Factory being built, and that is called Tabula Rasa. Tabula Rasa is our approach where we intrinsically believe we can go into the comic book market and make waves. We think that not only do we have some of the best quality comic books, but we also believe because we do live events and interactive drawings, we have a very unique product offering that is not only compelling to Web3 users, I think it's even going to be as compelling, if not more compelling, to Web2 users as well. Again, the ability for Web2 collectors to get closer to their artists, to get closer to the brand, to be able to be part of the storytelling, I think is a very powerful thing, and we've proved it here. I cannot tell you how many of you guys still complain that we don't do enough comic book events, even though we've already done 24 comic book events, right? And I know we went through them relatively quickly. Y'all are crazy. It was a 12-week sprint. But we want to test that and understand that data. But to give you a little bit of understanding of what's happening now, it's simple. We're now getting the physicals ready to go. So we're getting in final orders. We're actually doing the current review of the comic book and making sure everything looks good. And then with that, we'll actually be able to start going through a real live campaign, not only for Web3 users, but also for Web2 users. A little bit of alpha here is that we're actually going to be using Kickstarter. And the reason for Kickstarter is not because we are seeking funds through Kickstarter. That's not it. What's actually amazing is Kickstarter is actually one of the most successful ways to fund and reach Web2 comic collectors. They are funding a ton of comics in that ecosystem. And again, imagine if we take our live event, start doing this on Twitch, start doing a really cool interactive comic book series, and at the same time, all those users will be able to buy just a pure physical Web2 comic, but also at the same time, if they want, they could have a proof of ownership of that asset and get a Web3 as well to claim. They don't need to know it's an NFT. They don't need to know anything else about that, but it'll just be the NFT claim is available to them and they could have it in their wallet, right? And that will have potential perks down the line if they choose to use it. But realistically, we're just selling them a comic book. And on the flip side, you guys on the Web3 users will get the inverse flow. You'll get the digital asset first. You can, depending if you have the soulbound or non-soulbound version, you'll actually be able to trade it, right? If you have the non-soulbound version, and then you could choose when you want to redeem it, right? And that's where once you redeem it, your digital asset will get locked, right? Where it cannot be traded or moved anymore. You'll then get a physical element as well. And you're essentially getting almost the same product experience to a certain extent as the Web2 users, but it's just an inverse of flow, right? We go Web3 to Web2 product, right? And for all of the Web2 users, we start Web2 and then give them an optionality for Web3. There's also other benefits from the Web3 side. There'll be rarity, like on-chain rarity, and then also we'll be doing. I gotta find a good name for it, but like we'll be doing our own golden ticket version of this, right? So this is going to be the cool thing. You're going to see our treasury vault give out a handful of assets through that can be claimed through the physical claims of the comic books. So, for example, there will be, for the rare tabula rasa ones, the that have got, a physical element, who've gotten the gold tablets and the silver tablets, they'll have a chance to win a diamond and a handful of other assets that are going to be way worth more than the $20 comic book, right? That's coming in as well. And that's kind of where it's going to be fun. And then for those of you who are getting the soulbound assets, if you choose to get a physical comic, same thing. There's going to be tons of different assets in there as well, depending on the timeline and the window. There might be a WeBox, full claim in there, right? And we'll see where WeBox is. You might get, we still have 2 grapes, right? We still got a Momoguru. We still got some Frankie's Dinner. So I know ICO Beast is going to buy them all out for the Frankie's Dinners. We got a ton of Walt's Vault for you guys as well. And that'll be the fun thing, right? And the crazy thing is, like, we kind of shit on this stuff in a funny way. But what's funny is that if you actually got a Frankie's Dinner, it actually would pay for the base comic back, right? Which is pretty funny as well. Oh, yeah, Bruno, we got Eves in there. And we'll put some... we'll probably put some dimensional stones, and we do have a few other surprises as well. We have, like a couple other like Azuki assets as well, and a few others, right? So it's going to be fun because it's going to be really curious to see who gets what. And it'll be also curious to see who redeems, because the only way you could get these is if you redeem for the physical comic. Because our goal is to build this physical relationship with you, right? And then inside the comic, there'll be a golden ticket if you're one of the lucky winners, right? And then if you buy a physical comic as well, we're seeing if we could pull it off correctly. But there'll also be like potentially tier 2 prizes as well, which is pretty cool. So this is kind of where it gets really fun and really exciting. But what we're trying to do with the Diamond Factory here, which is really powerful, is that those tabula rasa holders are going to have a really cool way to see us do 2 things. One is we're going to try making their assets of the rare comics feel more valued, because there's going to be more eyes on this as well, right? The second thing as well that's going to be really cool is that the partial revenue generated from Web2 sales will be used to buy tabula rasas. And that's the cool thing, is that we will put our own buy pressure on our assets here as well. And with that, right, hopefully be able to start locking up more of the supply as well. You're going to see this more with diamonds. You're going to see a couple diamond buys here pretty soon. And this is going to be the fun part, is that we're finding a way to actually get real revenue that's generating and pass that back to our holders for value as well too. And that's why, again, you're going to see Tribe is building for loyalty. For everyone who is loyal to Tabula Rasa, we're going to find more ways to get loyalty too. Plus, every golden Tabula Rasa holder is getting these dope one-of-one custom PFPs, right? Which is just nuts. Like, they're beautiful. They are some of the best art, period, right? And there's a ton of guys rocking it, like Virgilius, Jaquan, Killam. You're going to see a lot more come out as well. It's going to be really fun. Steven's got his, and I think this is where, I'll even be rocking mine pretty soon. I have another one in the works here too. I want to get the mech one, and I'm going to try forcing, I'm going to try forcing Dodd to make like a weird Renaissance Leonardo da Vinci one. Like kind of like not Vitruvian Man style, but like that kind of sketching style would be really great. So we're going to have a lot of fun with kind of the choices here in this front. And the Diamond Factory here, right, is like we're going to be able to get to a pretty nice level in this design where we want to prove that you could generate revenue out the gates and prove that the asset can have sustainable value behind it. If you can do it, right, like you can be, we think that we can actually create something that's way different in this market. We do have another diamond factory that is being incubated at the moment right now, and that's called XXIV. And then there's also a potential another diamond factory that's super early, and we're testing it out, which is called Culture. And we've already hinted at these, but these are more secondary at the moment right now. We want to make sure that, A, we can execute at the top, but B, we have a lot on our plate. We are doing a ton of crazy stuff here at the moment right now. It is nuts, right? So stay tuned for that. So that's the second layer. Let's now talk about the third layer, right? Which is pretty fun, which is, again, what I'm really excited about is Village. Village is already showcasing, like, if you want to know the real truth, the most successful part of this company right now is Village. Village is generating us the most revenue. Village is getting the opportunity to scale and partner and introduce allocation to our community. We are getting not only direct revenue to the parent company, but we're also getting assets into treasury, and we're also getting assets to be able to distribute to each and every one of you, right? What was the most successful outcome for this community, hands down? It's still Dimensionals Mint. It's not even close, right? Like, Dimensionals Mint is at a whole different level and was incredibly valuable for our community. We want to keep extending that. And you already know that we have Jungle already coming up. And like, I am hyped on Jungle. Jungle, like, and it's not because like the game's great. It's got a mobile game already playable on Android and iOS. It'll probably just soft launch in Android initially, but looking great, looking awesome. But the reason why I'm really bullish on this as well is because straight up, it's Zhao is really a thoughtful founder. I literally have conversations with him every week, and we both learn something new from one another. We're constantly learning, trading ideas, thinking through perspectives, finding designs. There's going to be some really cool stuff coming through here as well on behalf of everything, right, that the community is working on. So I'm really stoked to see where that's going to go and where that's going to build. The little hint as well that I'll share on Village is also expanding to not only bring NFT partners in, but it's also looking to bring in NFT tooling partners and infrastructure partners as well. And also, Optimus, like, this one's going to be sick. I can't wait when we get that fully finished. Bro, like, there's some sick one-of-one PFPs. I'm telling you, when you're going to see these PFPs, okay, I don't want to give away too much alpha. I'll tell you guys this Diamond chat tomorrow. But bro, you guys who have Tabula Rasa, golden Tabula Rasas, you're gonna see not only are you getting this dope PFP, but you're gonna, right, we've already shared, you're gonna be able to take some of your traits and add them into the lineage here. Oh, Jaquan, I love that highlight as well. Like, this dude's ready to go into like King's Oath and Ronin, right? This dude's ready to play in both worlds. Looks fantastic. There's so many cool ones coming here as well. And yeah, this is literally a council chat, man. This is also like, I say this all the time, but goddamn, I love how active our council members are. You guys are amazing. Shout out to everyone here that's super active, but like, shout out to the fact that our diamonds aren't just sitting on an asset passively hoping to make money. They actually weirdly like enjoying being here, which is crazy, right? Like, I don't understand why these fools want to be here, right? But it's amazing. And it's a huge aspect of the reason why this community is working. But the other cool thing, right, as we were talking about with like Tabula Rasa, right, as well, is that you're also going to get rev share because a trait from every one of the golden Tabula Rasas will also be added into the generative collection. And then all of the golden Tabula Rasas will have a portion of royalty shares because you co-created this. Why do you think I made you fill out an entire form? Like, every Tabula Rasa, right, literally has to fill out a form, golden Tabula Rasa holder as well. And the amazing thing about that is you've now become the true creator. We turned you guys into a creative director very directly. So you will also get royalties, but that's is also going to be the other crazy thing that you're going to recognize. There's going to be a whole nother layer as well for the Rasas and the silver Tabula Rasas. It's going to be really sick. So as you can see, this then rolls into why we're saying Village. The other element, as I mentioned, is not only are we doing NFT projects for Village, but the other thing that we're also doing as well is that we're bringing on technical partners. So you actually just got introduced to one of our first technical partners here as well, and that's RedRex. So RedRex is actually a tooling partner that we've been working with, and they've been really, really thoughtful on finding new ways to build designs and really try to make sure that they could build new tools, not only for us, but for other people to use as well. And the reason why this is also powerful is that our relationship with RedRex, fully transparently, is that we will have a revenue share on the deals that we help them close. So as RedRex scales these tools, we're actually the first partner to launch these tools, bring credibility to them, get people excited. I'm helping them with product, design, growth, and strategy. But the other thing is that if they do start scaling quite a bit, what's really powerful behind that is that it could actually generate us revenue as well. And that's the cool thing is we're going to test this out. We're going to see whether or not this is going to be meaningful enough. But I'm actually very hopeful that it is, mainly because of two things. One is I think the product's actually really cool if you've been able to use it already. You're already doing PFP staking very simply. And the best part is for devs, it's super easy to deploy, right? And we're doing pre-mint PFP staking, which almost nobody's done before, which is really cool. What I've actually done is I've turned all your Twitters, PFPs into billboards for the company, right? And I'm giving you incentives for being a billboard. It's actually like a really interesting model. And then, of course, Postman on some of these projects, you'll actually be able to get to connect the one that you own. And then we'll also be looking at adding in staking systems as well behind that. Lots of cool things that can, hopefully be, really meaningful for the community too. So not only do we have them as a tooling partner, there's another tooling partner we're in early discussions with as well. The other thing that Village is also going to try to do is in this market, there's a lot of turmoil. This is probably the biggest early alpha I can give you guys right now. Because there's so much turmoil, there's tons of projects coming to try being like, can you help us? And when they say, can you help us? They're really asking, can you take over this? Which is interesting. Some of them are hot trash projects that we don't even want to consider. Some of them, though, are quite amazing. Some of them have either amazing art, amazing holders, amazing projects, amazing initial distribution as well. There's a lot to like here. I think you're going to see a graveyard of projects here or projects heading to the graveyard over the next 6 months. And what Tribe is simply going to do, we're going to toss our hat into the ring on a few, right? We're going to see if there's a fit. We are very, very early in these conversations here as well. But what is really nice is that they're organically coming to us, right? Well, they've seen what we did with Dimensionals. Most people credit us for grapes. They shouldn't credit us that much, but I think we're pretty instrumental at the start. They've done a lot of great job as well too, right? And there's a lot of people seeing, shout out to Zhao. He speaks very highly of us, right? And Zhao raised 6 million. A lot of founders respect him there as well too. And then of course, a lot of them are hearing our here and there, and they're organically coming to us. So Village is currently looking at some opportunities. It is early. It is super early, so I don't want to share anything yet. But you might see Village take another little adaptation that will be really healthy for our community. So Village now has potentially 3 to 4 different revenue streams, right? We have revenue stream for the parent company. We have revenue stream from certain Village partners paying us per month, right? We have second revenue stream of getting treasury assets from each project. We have third revenue stream where we get revenue share of tools, right? And then the last one that we're potentially considering is that we may be able to collaborate a lot deeper, right, with a few projects that could create equity value as well. And what's crazy is that we're just keeping this tight, but it's starting to look really, really profitable. And yeah, Frenchie, they will all be buying diamonds moving forward if we bring them on as official village partners. If I pull this off correctly, you might see a new village partner next week. If I pull it off correctly with a diamond sale as well next week. We are in deep talks. That's what I can say for now. So Village is going to continue to scale, and I think Village is going to be one of the biggest reasons why we have a leverage to be able to build bridges with a whole bunch of projects as well. And I think it's going to be important because this shit's going to get rocky. Like you're going to see, dude, I think PV is going to struggle. I think Pixel Vault's going to struggle here. I think you're going to see, guys like, Huxley is moving the right direction. I'm curious to see where they're going to go. There's just a lot of projects that have great talent, but haven't really figured out the marketing and growth fit as well. So I'm excited to see what projects come to us, and then we're going to be a little bit more aggressive, and also reach out to certain projects. So the one I'm talking to right now, I've been very aggressive on. It's actually the project I think is the only one that like 10x excites me. So we'll share more about this, and then Diamonds will give you a framework on our thinking as well tomorrow. This is also the reason why we moved the Diamond chat as well to tomorrow's, and I think I should have more information for you guys as we kind of better understand that system. So as you can see, like, holy shit, Tribe's got a lot of things going on, right? Like we are working incredibly hard on this front. So the last thing that you're also going to see from us here, and then I want to talk to you about a few other changes as well that are going to happen. The last thing that you're also going to see is we're going to continue the Something is Minting series and also what we're going to call Orange Mints. And we're going to continue getting you guys allocation. We've been a little bit less of a priority here, mainly because, to be honest, I don't know what projects are even worth chasing over the last like 30 to 45 days. Like it's been a really dry market. I think the only ones that are worth it are like Weebox and Jungle, and we had them. The only ones that people would say are worth it are Cart Party, and we technically had them, but we gave it up, right? So like what you're seeing is that we have great market coverage here, right? So we're going to keep working on this, right? And making sure that you guys will get more and more allocation moving forward. We do have about 3 AMAs that we're planning to essentially set up in the next couple of weeks. And these are quality projects. All of them are free mints at the moment right now, which is really cool. So if we get all the terms right, there should be one will be small allo because it's only a 400 supply. The other ones will be one's I think a 3,000 supply, and the other one's like a 2,500 supply. So we should get good allos to those bigger ones here as well. So just know we're working on it. On the ordinal side, I don't think mints are interesting until we launch Ronin, to be very honest. If there is an ordinal project that you guys think you're really bullish on, always let me or Mirror or Eisen know. We will definitely chase it down. But I honestly think what the biggest opportunity is here for us, it's for us to essentially launch Ronin. And if we could hit the success goals we want, I think we could build an Ordinals village as well, right? I think that's really it. Yeah, Orbitals is the only one, but there's no distribution. There's no one even to talk to yet. Orbitals is pretty much it. It's just pure art. I should probably go talk the Ord Institute again and see, because I know Orbitals gave them a couple and one of the rarest ones as well. So I'm curious if there's any collaboration there. But this is kind of why we're working on this as well. So, we still believe allocation's important. We're going to feed you guys. Village and Something is Minting and Orange Mints will continue to give you guys more allo here as well. The auction system will be back next week. We're going to get you guys a few more different things to be able to get access to as well. And of course, it'll start amplifying up as the market gets a little bit better. But in the meantime, just realize your are stacking. That's the nice thing about this system here as well, as we kind of do this reset. So what does it mean now that build mode is activated? I wanted to walk you guys through all these details so you understand, like, holy shit, we're doing a lot. Like I'm like I am traveling, right? When I'm saying I'm traveling, I think I'm working harder in Europe than I was working in the US. Right? It's literally like I'm 17, 18 hour days pretty consistently as well. And this is kind of why I hope you guys recognize we're not taking any of this for granted. Right? Like I know, like I'm in Monaco, right? Literally, as soon as I get to my hotel, what do I do? Within 30 minutes, I'm on an AMA with you guys, right? Uh, and that's kind of the nice thing here as well. I don't even think, dude, I only want to do like three things here in Monaco. I want to hang out with a couple of people that I came out here to meet. I want to go get some dope food. And then, dude, you know what I really want to go? I want to go to the Prince of Monaco has a dope car museum. That is literally it. I want to do nothing else. Like I'm so like, dude, I don't. I might play like some poker at a casino here, but like, yeah, I'm definitely not not even that interested. Honestly, I just love seeing new places. I've been so bored for 3 years, stuck in like primarily the U.S. Right, so it'll be pretty fun. I agree. Okay, you know what? I'll do that. I'll set up a poker tournament with Mirror. I'm gonna hit Mirror up. We'll set up a poker tournament here as well. Yeah, let's go, man. We'll hit the casino as well. I'm out here with a diamond holder as well too, so it'll be pretty cool. Um, and I will run a poker tournament next week. Let's do it. We'll have some poker next week. That sounds great. Let's get some gambling, and then you know what? I'm gonna do a poker tournament here. Hold on. I'm gonna send it to Mirror right now so I don't forget. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Okay. Hey, Mirror. Let's do a poker event next week. And only Soul can register. And we will put some cool prizes in. Yeah. Okay. I'm down. We'll do something. I'm gonna try figuring out. I might have to talk to our devs, but we might do the relic poker game. I think would be really fun, where you all have to enter for 10, like or like for whatever 5 relics, and then we just distribute the relics out for like the top 10 winners, right? Something crazy like that would be really cool. I could figure out some cool stuff like that. So I'm gonna go work on. I'll work on some systems. I just have to figure it out because you guys have to realize it's really annoying, right? Because poker now doesn't actually have like an API for us to tap into, so we have to like manually curate this shit, which is really annoying, right? So it's not the easiest thing. It's why we haven't been prioritizing. Like shout out to Betaplux and Mira the last few times. Like it was us three doing it. Dude, it's so much work to make sure it's like actually working right. But what we'll do is we'll do 2 or 3 different type of poker events next week. At least 2. We'll do this large one, and I'll try to see if I can get this relic game is. And then the other one we'll do is we'll do a gated final table. The top 10 bids will get to play on a final table, and we'll put some big prizes in. We'll put like an oath. We'll put I don't know. I'll let you guys choose. We'll have some fun with it as well, right? I might a jungle airdrop, a Weebox airdrop, right? We could do a few cool things like that. We'll have some fun. So, oh yeah, if I'm in Monaco, I might as well. I'm only in Monaco 3 days. I leave here on the 6th. And the crazy thing is, I don't even know where I'm going next. That's the other thing, is I have to go plan where I'm going to after this as well, which will be good. Yeah, the final tables always have fair, slow structure. That's how we always do it. So, but the bigger tournaments will have, unfortunately, they will be a little speedy. So we do have to make sure as well too. So guys, with that, I want you to understand 2 things. As I go into builder mode, I'm going to decrease a little bit of my activity of doing live events. For the next 3 to 4 weeks, you will see me do probably only about 50% of as many live events moving forward, as I need large breaks of time to build. I really just have to get a lot of building done, right? And because of this, just note that in build mode, I need to ship, right? So just know that we'll still have daily events. right? And we'll still make sure to give you guys, a few spontaneous ones as well. But I really need to make sure that I get this build structure right. Guys, like I on average, dude, like right now we average over 2 live events like a day, which is nuts, right? 2 live events a day, which is so nuts. And then the other crazy thing here, right, is that I also average, I looked at my meetings. I average almost 12 meetings a day, right? So like I barely have time for a lot of my long-term work except on weekends. So I do need to go into that because I am also the creative design lead on a lot of these projects here as well. So with that, right, we're going to have some, just know that as we go into build mode, we'll still probably be the most active community in Web3, but I do need to dial it back just a bit to get this execution out. And guys, you just heard, do you guys realize we're one entity, right? We have more projects we're managing than full-time employees right now. Like, do you guys realize that? Like, the amount of coverage we have as a company is insane. It is literally insane. Yeah, bro, we got 400 listeners here. Do you guys realize, like, Garga on Twitter, right? Board Ape founder only has had like 550 people, 580 people. We're not that far away, guys, because we've built. Whoa, I didn't even do anything. That's crazy. We got a nice little rug here. Yeah, Garga came after me. Oh man, I was shitting on Garga. Sorry about that. I literally don't even know what happened. That's literally a Discord rug. Discord probably thinking we have too many bots or something. I don't know. It's your guys' fault. You guys are messaging too much. Hopefully most of you guys come back here. Well, I do want to give you a relic, but let me wait like 5 minutes so that we get people to come back in slowly. That kind of really sucked there on that front. Never fun on this. Could be I'm in a hotel right now, so Lord knows if this thing's working, right? But realize in this build mode, I'm also going to change. I'm also going to give you guys insight to our builder strategies as well. So Diamond, you're going to get a lot more insight here as well on what's going on behind the scenes on most of these projects as well. And moreover, what you're going to see is you're going to get an understanding of how we execute, which I think is going to be really powerful. So hopefully we get this stuff right. Man, I'm not even balling. You guys think I ball out, bro? Just because I say the word Monaco, I promise you, I'm not balling out. I'm that dude who who's just gonna go around and just hang out. I don't even think I'll rent a car here. Bro, do you know how annoying it is to own a car or deal with a car anymore? So annoying. But it's annoying that I don't got Uber here as well, so I might need to rethink that, or I just got to start using normal taxis like an adult should. But no, man, I'm honestly, dude, I'm super low key. Like I'm telling you, I do some nice restaurants. That's about it. Like I really don't do crazy stuff. I like some sports events, but there's nothing crazy. And then I'm a nerd, bro. Like you guys want to go to museums with me? I'll take you to museums. That's like the coolest thing I do. My favorite thing is like you guys want to go to a Rodin museum? Let's go. Right? I already have to take one of the diamond holders, that man, to MoMA. So I'll do a SF MoMA event as well. So like for me, it's gonna be really fun. What I actually have to do is I gotta go figure out where I'm living after this, right? Because I literally had to cancel out of my Airbnb, which I had for like another 4 weeks. So I have to choose. Like I'm thinking, like maybe I go to just Nice is only like 30 minutes away, so I could go to Nice. I could go to Toulouse if I want to go like west, or I could go to like Milan, or I could go to Barcelona. So I want to do that. Uh, Zetman, of course, bro. We're gonna go. I told you when I'm back from Europe, we'll schedule it, and anyone in the Bay Area can join us as well. It'll be pretty cool. But yo, I promised you I'll follow through. Don't get me wrong. I love museums too, so we'll have some fun. But yeah, I got to figure out where I'm staying in next. Yeah, Milan in the summer is rough, dude. Even it was a little warm today for me, even here in Monaco, man. I like the cold, but it's not bad. It's 80 degrees or whatever that is in Celsius. I suck at it as well. So I'm going to see where all these things are going here as well. Yeah, right now, guys, if you're using the raise the rodent flag feature, right, just know that mobile isn't great. You do want to use desktop at the moment right now. We're optimizing for it, right? It's just a lot of work. We built this feature live, like, and shout out to the Red Rex team. They're amazing. They took feedback really well and got to it really quickly. Just know we have a lot of optimizations to do. If you cannot get that, right, just realize we use Chrome browser is like ideal and use desktop is ideal, but it does work. I used it on Android and iOS. Chrome worked for me. But again, it's this is the hard part when you do any type of like software development, different devices, different connection, different optimizations. These are all that go into QA, right? So we didn't do a ton of QA. We did like 7 people tested it out, right? We're gonna do it. Ooh, Mirazor, is this in Monaco, Bruno? Bro, looks like oh no, where's Mirazor then? Where are you sending me to? Hold on, I'm searching where Mirazor. Oh, this is in Cannes? Cannes? Cannes Festival? Mirazor? Hold on, restaurant. Yeah, where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's in Menton. 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 Okay. I will check it out. Yeah, if you have any restaurant recommendations for me in like in France, in Italy, or in Spain, let me know. I'll also be going to Belgium in a couple of weeks. I'll also be going to Amsterdam in about 4 weeks. And then, or like, actually, I'll probably just go to Amsterdam when I'm near in Belgium just for a weekend here as well. Yeah, S5th, you already know all the good stuff as well, man. So we'll find some good shit out here. And then I don't know when I'll make the UK yet. I mean, when we'll do more community events probably like after October, to be transparent. Like build mode is going to take all my time. I'm meeting just a couple people here and there, and I'm taking meetings with projects as well. So just know like I'm working really hard to like do it. I actually like Sweden. I love Stockholm. Actually, weirdly, which is great. And I think this is kind of the nice little thing here in this design. We'll go there. I'm gonna go to Saudi. I'm gonna go to Dubai. I might make it out to Turkey as well, and then I have Austria, Vienna, and Budapest. Will be also on my list too. Hungary, which will be great. So I got a lot of places here. Yeah, I might make it to Nigeria. I'm not sure if I'll make it now or the next trip. It just comes down to time at this point. There's so many places I need to be, which is crazy. And the crazy thing is, like, you guys don't realize almost every city I go to, there's like a partnership, right? That I'm actually working on for tribe, for village, or something like that. Like, dude, Paris, dude, guys, like the amount of partnerships like I was able to identify in Paris is already really strong. You're gonna see a few other like village-like partners come to life in the next couple of weeks. Nah, bro, not dude. I hate yachts, dude. You want to know the most 1% shit I can say? I've been lucky enough to be on yachts. I don't get them. I don't know why. Like, bro, just give me a nice, dope ass like penthouse suite. I don't want to be on the water. Like, I don't want that shit at all. I don't want to take care of boats. I don't want to deal with that. Exactly. Bruno's got it right. Don't own yachts. Have friends that own them. And even when friends own them, dude, like, okay, I sound douchey here. I do have friends who invite me onto yachts. The hilarious thing is I don't really care. They're like, oh man, I got a yacht. I'm like, congrats, bro. Like, waste of money. Have fun with it here. But like, honestly, not interested at all. Right, dude. Salt water is the worst thing to deal with. If I'm ever getting a boat, it's like a boat because I live on a lake. right? But the only boat I want is a kayak. That's all I want, right? Which is really cool. So we'll kind of do this here as well. So okay, we're now at 404 people, so you all are back. Sorry about the rug. Let's head to the secret chamber here, guys. I had to kind of entertain you here as well. And I could take a few more questions after this, but let's go to the secret chamber. This is build mode is the name of this one. And then I'll give you a little bit more extra time now because we're nice people. All right, the password is 38975. The password is 38975. Make sure you use the /secret function here, people. 38975. Alrighty. Well, guys, I hope you can see we have just a shit ton coming at you guys. We have a lot of cool stuff being built. I'm really excited because I think all of our hard work in our community is going to amplify together right here. We're going to really be able to touch and connect with all these different pieces here as well in this design. And I think you're going to be pretty excited with what we have. Oh man, I can't wait to show you the season 1 rewards that we're giving out. Diamond, you'll get a sneak peek on that. Shout out to Jay Kwan, man, our jeweler in residence, man. We got some cool shit coming at you guys. We're just giving away precious stones, man. You're going to see some cool stuff coming from us. Yeah, if you have a few questions, I'm happy to stay for about like 10, 15 more minutes. I'm more than happy to today. I see there's a few already. DK Lowell asks, are you optimistic for what Pixel Vault is building? I am not, unfortunately. I know they're trying really hard. I see it. I know they're trying, but I've seen this play out so much. Here's the problem. We were actually talking about it in the Diamond chat with a few others, and like the truth is no one is even following Pixel Vault. It's not even on the main timelines for like 90% of people, right? It's a bubble. And that's the problem Pixel Vault's running into is that they're actually not getting good distribution or awareness of what they're doing. Like no one knows what's happening on August 8th, 8/8, whatever it is. It's not even interesting for most. I don't think the engine is actually well designed. And I know this because I've built game engines and game platforms. I've also done diligence on so many game platforms, stuff like if you're familiar with the Skills gaming platform, that's actually a really interesting comp to what Reboot is trying to build. It's a PvP heads up tournament based protocol, and in their cases, they're gambling with fiat money. In this case, you can be gambling with tokens, right, to a certain extent, or wagering tokens in skill based games. Again, no one wants a token from another company. I want to be 100% with you. Anyone who's building a token on another company is a company that is just doing it for growth, right? That's the reason why Enway is using it, because Enway has no presence in Web3. So they're using ApeCoin, right? But like realistically, any good Web3 economy designer or any Web2 economy designer will always tell you own your currency. That's the dumbest thing you would ever give up. And that's what like Pixel Vault doesn't understand. That's what Portal doesn't understand from Creeps. I think that's going to fail. These guys are going to go aggregate a bunch of small games, give them tokens, and guess what's going to happen? They're all going to dump. They're all not going to scale. It's not going to work. It's not going to be interesting at all. Sorry for any of you PV bags. Like I honestly would be very careful. Don't get stuck holding another bag here again. Right. Curious to see what happens on August 8th. I think that's something with the PV DAO vote. But again, no one even knows. It's more noise than signal right now. And that's what G-Funk doesn't understand because he doesn't understand growth marketing at all. He's trying, though. Give him credit, but he needs Beanie. That's the sad part about it. He ain't no Beanie, and he's not getting distribution. Beanie makes one tweet, and it's like 30x more reach than 10 tweets from G-Funk, right? Without Beanie, they're honestly wrecked, right? Which is rough. Shepard, when East Coast? Oh, I'll definitely show up to the East Coast, but bro, I don't want to go back to the US for a while. I want to live out in Europe for as long as I can. Yeah, in Belgium, I might come out to Brussels. I'm actually going to Antwerp. That's actually where one of our partners is at. So we're going there. I don't know if I'll make it to Brussels this times here as well. Yeah, man, we're gonna be giving some diamonds here. I mean, we have some cool high quality precious stones. Some are synthetic as well. Like we're gonna show you some really cool stuff. Diamond users, you'll get to see the first reveal of it tomorrow, which is cool for the season 1 rewards. Oh, T please, what do I think of Rec League? I think it's a wreck of a design. We were actually again talking about this in the Diamond chat just before this event. I think the problem is there's like too many hands in one project. Like, why are there like Zhao was actually breaking this down really well. Like, why are there 3 people in 3 entities in the same project, right? Why do you have Animoca, Enway, and Yuga? Also, why is Yuga getting 50,000 free mints and then you're going to make everyone else pay? What an awful supply and what an awful way to make it unfair playing fields. The 50,000 Yuga guys are just going to dump, right? They're going to take liquidity on the way up. Awful design. To be honest, I also don't think the game's good. These guys need to stop building games for Web3 users. Web3 people don't want to play these kind of mid-tier. Like, who wants to play knockoff Street Fighter with mechs? I don't, because I'll go play Street Fighter, or I'll go play Marvel vs. Capcom, or I'll go play Tekken, right? Like, I don't need this, right? It's the wrong design for the wrong users. If they are going to build it, I want to hear about their Web 2 distribution strategy, but we get none of that. I don't think it's going to be interesting. I also hate that the KYC is super hard for this. But again, they'll obfuscate this with the token. The token will make it feel like there's value. And then people will be like, yay, I'll pretend to love this game to keep making tokens or pretending the tokens are going to work. It's not interesting at all. I don't think it's going to scale at that level here as well. Oh, Hable asks, what coin should we hold in anticipation for next bull, bro? I'm not the right person to ask. Like, I only hold ETH. I only hold ETH, BTC, and USDC. Like, I don't hold anything else, right? There's definitely other stuff. I just don't have time, so I'm not the guy to ask, right? I'm just playing the stable game. That's really it. Crypto Goku saw a guy I followed on Twitter post an opinion that any project that accepts VC funding can never fully focus on holder benefits. They eventually have to answer to that VC. I was curious if you agree. I generally agree with that. We actually have that in our initial seed deck. We wrote that VCs create really what the problem is when you take venture capital money, Crypto Goku, the problem that ends up happening is that you then have to make the decision, do you put NFT holders first or shareholders first? It does create an interesting conflict. So you have to work really hard to make a design, right, that, doesn't put holders as second-class citizens, NFT holders as second-class citizens. But it almost happens with venture capital, especially if you have an external board. This is why when we raise capital, we have not raised from VC firms yet. We've only raised from independent angel investors. There's no board outside of me. I have full control. No one can tell me what to do. If any of our angel investors have their own stupid opinions that I don't agree with, I could tell them thank you for the time, but kick rocks. Because in the end, I will always put holders first. What you need is a CEO who believes in putting holders first and structures the term accordingly. And this is also why we've never given out pro rata on tokens, because VCs are evil as fuck. Right? This is why we actually had major term sheets in the bull. We turned them all down because all these idiots wanted a pro rata on token. But the dumbest thing you can do is give your token to a VC who wants to probably get liquidity out of it. It's the smartest thing for the VC to do. So I do agree that when you bring in VCs, there is some conflict. But if you do build your model right, you can actually figure out a way to make it both work. But you have to be a really thoughtful founder. And again, this is why I love talking with Zhao. Zhao's actually, I think, has figured out a way because he is building a model where there is Web 2 shareholder value and there's Web 3 asset holder value. And he could build both and they could both grow together. And that's a hard thing to do, right? But, it is a challenge no matter what, whenever you do bring in venture capital. And no matter what, bringing up any external investors is just another voice at the table, right? Which makes it always really difficult as well. Oh, Thor asked me thoughts on the upcoming To God's Art upgrade. I hope it's good. if there's anyone I actually trusted the space to do good art, it's Frank. Frank has leveled up his art consistently. I still think Utes is one of the best art in the game, right? I think he hit it out of the park, and he knows it, and he speaks so intelligently about it. Um, I just don't know if it's going to be enough. I would love to know what else we're getting here. Frank is doing the pure Steve Jobs play, right? That's what he's trying to do, right? Total silence. You don't know what's coming, and you're gonna love what he gives you. You gotta love it, right? That's what he's trying to do. We take a very different approach because we're more community driven, right? So we're like, cool, here's all the shit we're doing, and there's a few secrets along the way, but you'll get to see it all ahead of time because I want to de-risk art, right? He wants to bet on art, which is very interesting, and he's one of the best to do it. I hope he gets it right. I really do. I'm praying for it because a DeGod's not working in this space is a bad thing for all of us at the moment right now. I don't know anything about base blockchain NFT, Senator Goldberg. I'm not even looking at it at the moment right now. What else? I mean, yeah, hey, well, we could talk about anything. Oh, I'm sorry, 696 for fudding your creeps. Don't get me wrong. I like what Overworld's doing, but are you actually legitimate, rightly excited about Portal Token? Like the way they've been releasing it? I have not been. But I'm like really, really disappointed. All right, Cobby, I'll let you guys know. Let's chilly in Vienna, or chill in Vienna is what I think you mean. For sure. I actually want to do a conference in Vienna. I'm like working with one of the hotels there. I think it would be dope to do either an ordinals conference or an even just a pure NFT conference here as well. Oh, Scotland, bro. I don't know if I'll make it to Scotland or the UK, bro. Like, I need to be able to. I'm not opposed to coming. I've never been to Scotland actually, so you have me there. I'll add that on my list. I don't know if I'll make it this time around, but like, guys, I'm gonna be straight traveling for the next like 2 to 3 years. I'm gonna try finding as many of you guys out there here as well. What else do we have? What other questions do we have? Antwerp is only 30 minutes from Brussels. Yeah, I mean, I think it makes it's more time. Like it's just like I am like one of the busiest humans in the world to a certain extent, or at least busiest Web3 humans in the world at the moment right now. If I can make it, I definitely will do. Uh Saints need to token gate access to Discord because he's gonna flame everyone for being idiots every day. I mean, dude, that's actually half the reason. Like, I ain't gonna lie. If we token gate this, we could actually just have a more honest conversation. Don't get me wrong, people will still fucking buy souls and stuff like that. But hilarious is that if a hater wants to come in and buy a soul to be able to get information to share out, cool. I'm fine. If I turned a hater into a customer, I win. Right. But like, dude, I mean, it is nice. That's actually why I love Discord way more than Twitter. Right. Because this is our tribe. This is our community. I could be 100% with you guys here as well. Where else are we going? Is USDC the next 100x? No, man. USDC, honestly, all you're trying to do with USDC is you guys got to learn how to stable correctly. This is what the smartest traders do. You all know this here as well. But yeah, I only hold in USDC for honestly when I'm not paying attention to the market. That's actually when I usually use USDC because I don't have enough time to like actively trade. I barely make positions in ETH and BTC on a maybe like once or twice a month. I'm like doing stuff. It's not much, right? So it's not like a huge thing for me here as well. Uh yeah, 696 is Jao, Joao. I see a few other people noting it here as well. He's the founder of Jungle, the next village partner. So all diamond holders get a 1-to-1 free mint from his collection, 1,000 Genesis supply. He's raised $6 million in his seed round already. He has an active mobile game already in development. It's in my pocket as well. So I actually play it quite often. Looking great experienced Web2 game developer and really thoughtful Web3 guy as well too. He's been great. We did an AMA with him last week. We'll do a few more. Ooh, I love this one, dude. 696. You should turn this into the Fury Racer. This one looks sick. I really like the Frank Bandana, man. That's one of my favorites. I don't. I own one Ute somewhere, but I don't own a Frank Bandana Ute. So that's what I really want. Yeah, I do. Everything I'm hearing about Utes is they're about to come off Soul. I don't know when that exactly is because it's a 1 year from the agreement that they made, from what I understand, but no one knows when the agreement was signed, bro. But as soon as they come back to ETH, that thing hits like 3 ETH floor easily, without a doubt. Uh, oh, okay. Sorry, I'm super behind in the chat. 696. Sometimes I'm just scrolling through as many of these as I can. Uh, oh, you guys really want your daily dose claim? That's all you guys talk about. Daily dose claim. Yeah, there'll still be some daily dose claim. We have it still. It's just goddamn, dude. That daily dose community was so toxic at the end that it just like discouraged us from doing everything. But I promise you, there is a daily dose claim here as well. Artloft asks, why Vienna of places? It's mainly because it's a different location, and it's also because I just have a really good hotel partner. Well, I have a great hotel partner in Vienna. Uh, and also like a couple spots in Saudi, like I could do Riyadh or Jeddah as well. So that's kind of why I was looking at it. I'm gonna go try it out myself and see if it's gonna be uh if it's gonna be interesting here as well. Shepard, when can one pick your brain? I don't know, man. I don't really have a lot of time. If you want to pick my brain, go be a diamond holder. That's really it. I'm gonna start tricking people who want like my advice to go buy a diamond, and then I'll talk to you about your ideas. Because every diamond holder gets entitled to a full 1 hour call. I've taken so many 1-to-1 calls with diamond holders, and honestly, if a diamond holder asks me for a call, I'll usually try to make it. It's been a little shitty these past 2 weeks. Sorry, I know a couple diamond holders. I owe you guys some calls. I'm gonna keep doing it here as well. Jonah Blake bullish on Rec League. Ugh, Jonah just getting a little ape coins. Like Jonah has to pretend he's bullish, right? Because he needs ApeCoin DAO to fund his really bad incubator, right? Which is kind of not interesting here as well. Kill him all. I'm glad you're trying. Don't get me wrong. If you're willing to KYC, like go KYC for some coins or whatever the fuck they're giving. I don't even know. Like if you're cool with KYCing yourself, you should do it in this market. What else is gonna like? I definitely wouldn't KYC for Trait Sniper. I mean, didn't need it. Trait Sniper is like hot trash on the allocation side, but hey, you'll get $40-$50 out of this, right? Whatever it may be, man. That's a nice little steak meal, or you could rent a car and come meet me in Monaco. A lot of cool things you can do. Crossfields Australian pub, best place to chill in Vienna. Maybe we could meet there. Yeah, I mean, when I do an event there, for sure, I'm gonna do. Elisa couscous. Oh, I'm always down for some good couscous. Dude, honestly, I'm down for more homemade food now because I started. That's the sad thing here as well about like traveling. It's just like I don't have time. I did cook like 3 times in the last like week or so, or a couple of weeks, but it's not fun cooking because you have to like get all the right spices. It just gets so expensive to cook from scratch in a new place. Super annoying. Yeah, Govi, I'm traveling alone. I'm a single man, so I just travel by myself, which is nice because I don't know if any partner can tolerate me talking this long online. Lovia says favorite food by far of your travel around EU. I mean, I'm biased. I just have a really deep connection to one of my favorite restaurants in France thus far. It's one of my favorites. It's a relatively new one. It's called Comis. Comis is one of my favorites in Paris. So I always like put them high on my list. So I already hit that. I did that one like as a. They're really like the founders of sorry, the owners of it are very cute partners, and they're they just honestly treat me so well every time I go there, and I think it's like also incredibly fair price for the type of products that they create. It's a little bit more focused on seafood, which I'm not a huge fan of, surprisingly. And it's not because I don't love seafood. If you guys want to know something weird about me, I was raised vegetarian, so I've been like learning to adapt and find more meat, right? In this world. But it takes a while. Fish has been like interesting. I love sushi, but I'm still learning and acclimating to certain type of seafood as well. But kumis was one of my favorites. I'm really looking forward to my one of my favorite restaurants in the world. Oh God, no, I'm gonna sound really bougie, but my favorite one, and this is why I want to go to Milan, is Il Lugo di Aimo in Nadia. It's one of my favorite restaurants in Milan. Fantastic, great experience. I know the head chef and the maitre d there, and they just make beautiful food. This is like one of my favorites here as well. Again, these are super bougie. I don't like recommend them unless you really want to put out a ton of cash, but really good stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's gonna be the next one I'll go. And then yeah, I'm gonna try a bunch of new stuff. I haven't gone out as much as I should. I went to like 3, 4 restaurants that were really great. I went to it's Matsuhai in France. It's at the Raffles Hotel. That was actually really good seafood. I was actually really impressed. I enjoyed that a lot. I went to a couple like small little spots that a few people recommended. There's some good artisanal chocolate partners out there, so I hit those up as well too. Ooh, FYI, Trait Sniper is likely a drainer. They've got some super sus stuff going on with the claim. Please use caution. I agree. It does not look great. I definitely wouldn't be doing a lot of stuff with Trait Sniper. There's a lot of like uh weird stuff here on their design. I would be very careful of what's going on in the structure here as well. Uh if you are going to claim, always claim with an alt wallet. And then also, if you've claimed, make sure you go to revoke.cash and just revoke the permissions. I don't think it's a drainer, to be honest. I just think it's an incompetent team, right? Right. But I agree, right? Like they want you to shift to BNB chain. It's weird. It's not, it looks more incompetent than drainer, but it could be just an incompetent drainer at the same time. So be careful there as well. Uh, all right. Well, I'm nearing the end of my time here. Do you only get a pendant by having Soul 1? No, you get a pendant if you have to go to the shopkeeper. If you go to the shopkeeper, go to the room shopkeeper and then click claim pendant or claim relic. I forget what it says exactly. Hold on, let me go look at what it says. Get seasonal relic. That's what it is. It's just a get seasonal pendant, or I mean, it is actually seasonal relic or seasonal totem. You could go there and be able to get it there as well. Um, yeah, I don't know why I trade snipers on B&B. It's definitely scary as well. Yeah, Wicklander, you could go play. Go. Can I please go and play? You guys could all leave. You could. No one has to stay here. I promise you. I'm literally just doing this for extra. The relic's already been given out. If y'all need to go do what you need to do, go. Please enjoy your life. If there's value in you sticking around, no problem at all. But you're already good. This is purely an optional stay here, as I was just answering questions for the community as well. Oh man, I know you guys say lamb chops are the best, but I don't know, man. I gotta get my tolerance. I'm a chicken man. I love me some good chicken.